How's it going, everybody? I am back in Fallout 4, and this time I'm going to be doing a final tour of my county crossing settlement. And so I'm just going to do a quick run through of each of my builds, and I'm going to do a little bit of explaining on why I built these this way or what they are exactly. And then there'll be a playlist in the cards that has all of these builds in them. So if you guys just look out for that, um, it'll pop up eventually and remind you guys. But if you guys are interested in any of these builds specifically, you can find them in their own video in that playlist. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is just the water purifier. So this is kind of like a bogs area. Uh, I think that's what you would call this, but it's just like some walkways that are kind of floating on barrels, and uh, got the water purifiers in them. It's kind of fenced off on this side, got a turret and everything, and then just some supplies and stuff over here stacked up. But on the back of this truck, this is here to begin with, so I figured I'd make some use of it, you know. And then I've just got some center block walls over there holding everything, uh, or keeping stuff from just running in. So this side is open, yes, but it's a pretty well defended settlement. But the next thing that I'll show you guys is the county crossing house that I've rebuilt. And so, as you can see, it's pretty simple. I just pretty much rebuilt the house into like a box structure or whatever. Um, and it's a little bit different on the front. It's not quite just a box completely all the way around. And then on the top, I made it a little bit interesting. So instead of having a door on the downstairs, I went ahead and made it where you come in on this backside, and then you can see out on the road and everything like that. Got some little quarter roof pieces that are hanging over the top part right here, so you can see out over there and then out into the wasteland and stuff. But if you go inside, you can see just a little like hangout place over here, living room area. Um, like a little weapons bench back here, more supplies, and then we got a bed for whoever runs this over here. And then down here in the bottom story of this house, it is actually like a bathhouse. So the farmers and all the settlers can come here at the end of their days and wash off and stuff when they're switching out and everything like that. And then got some a washer and a dryer, some things to clean their clothes with and stuff like that. Keep themselves comfortable. Got some walkways that lead into the settlement on this side over here by this fire pit where the traveling vendors stop and hang out. And I got this section uh, walled off separately from the entire settlement. So over here, you come in, there is a small little house over here for some people. We can just say that that's for the traveling vendors and stuff like that, even though the settlers do stay in there. But it is, since it is open to like this, we'll just say that that is for the traveling vendors. And in here we've got our first vendor on the outside. Our first vendor is just a regular trader, and I ended up changing the mat that he's on so that he just kind of stands there in the guard position. And we'll go around the settlement on the outside. So I'll show you guys the wall. So you can see I've got like a bus right here with a guard inside of it. Keep going farther right. We've got a trade post. I'll show you guys the inside of that a little bit later. And you can see he's just hanging out up here. So that works. Over here we've got the junk car tower. So I just put a tower on top of a stack of junk cars. This was used, or this was made using Aslam's workshop decoration. Oh, workshop junk wall pack. Aslam's junk wall pack, not workshop decoration pack. But got some rad barrels, just some tires, some spikes and stuff to keep people from attacking on this side. And I think that this side's pretty well defended. These walls are a little low, so you can kind of climb over them, but that's what we have that tower for. These chairs up here and stuff like that. and then some spikes on this side of this house so they can't just break through those windows, and stuff blocking people from getting in. And that little area is sectioned off. That's like a house area. So now we'll go inside. So we'll go in from the side by the truck bed, or the flatbed vendor. So here's the flatbed vendor. I got a door right here, an entrance into the settlement. And you can see flatbed vendor right here. It does go off on that side. He is living in that little house over there, but this is also connected to this side. So we'll just go ahead and go down. And this leads straight into the bus. So this person stays in this bus, but they're a guard for the bus. And I've got just a walkway up here to the turret, and then also there was a guard mat, but they can only guard so much. And they just were automatically assigning themselves to other things. So this settler is assigned to that mat right there. It's an invisible mat, so she stays on it. And that guy is assigned to those two, so he'll just walk between those two. So it worked out. But I've got walkways down and out on this side. It's another exit, so if that settler sees someone that needs to be let in right here, they can come let them in. Meet them right here, maybe. But if we come down, keep following this path around, we'll lead over to this. I probably could have added a walkway around this. It continues over there. At the time, I just didn't know what I was going to build, and then I just decided that this was going to be my last build. And so this leads up to the outside of the settlement. So you can see that's actually the junk wall. And these stairs lead up over the junk wall and down into this house. And you can see I've got a vendor right here to trade all these this food and these goods and stuff on this side of the settlement to people walking down the road. They can stop, walk up, come up here and buy some food. And then we'll just go back into the settlement. That is the reason why I closed the one door before I opened the other, just because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They glitch through each other. But the wall continues over to the junk wall tower, which I was referring to earlier. You can see that I've got a pathway over to it. It leads up here. And most of the time he'll actually stand in the guard post, but he's not right now. I did do a little bit of like over detail on this. I added some boards, some beams all the way across between the or between the guard posts. You can see right there, it's like a little seam where they glitch together. Same over there on this side, just to make it look more structurally sound. And then onto this house. So this is just a little RV that I made into like a scavenger's RV. So they've got a huge workbench pretty much that's kind of like a shelf as well, with a bunch of weapons and scrap and stuff like that. Some scrap down here on these tables, stuff they've collected, bottles of Nuka-Cola that they've collected, and then scavenger table, or scavenger shelf, then a little fire pit and stuff. And all the windows are boarded up and everything, and then the ceiling is on this side. This side's open into like a chimney so that it actually ventilates. But we will continue through. The chimney, the reason I did that was because of the gray man. You guys have probably seen him in the comments before. If you guys haven't gone and seen his videos before, he makes some really interesting structures. I highly suggest checking him out. But he'll probably comment once he figures out that I shouted him out. But when he does, I'll pin his comment. And just make sure you guys go over there and check him out. He does a lot of stuff on his channel. He does some podcasts separate of that and everything, and he's a really cool guy, so make sure to check him out. But on this side, I've got a house that's made out of like the side of a truck bed, and I thought that this was a pretty interesting structure. They just kind of just built a house in a truck that they had flipped up to make it part of the wall. And then a little area out here, kind kind of like a living room for them, I guess. But of course, it's just out in the open. They've also got some work areas, power armor, weapons, armor bench, stuff like that. Then right back into the vendor, the trade vendor, or the general goods trader on this side. But yeah, this is the farm right here. And this has been a really fun settlement. I feel like embraced like the scrappiness of like Fallout and stuff with these, and I've really enjoyed building in this settlement. I think that it's been like kind of a growing experience for me because I feel like out of like my comfort area because I tried to build a lot more highly detailed structures rather than just a bunch of individual like cool looking builds. I built like heavily detailed, cool looking structures and stuff like that. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this settlement. Let me know where you guys would want me to go next. Um, be more Destiny from me here soon. Uh, I'm not sure when, but I do plan on streaming eventually Destiny because I've gotten to the point where I can do the raid as long as I can get a team together. Nightfalls are pretty easy for me now as long as I have two other people that I can trust to not mess up. But I'll probably start streaming uh, each week me playing the Destiny reset, or well, playing Destiny, doing all the reset stuff. So let me know if that sounds interesting to you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.